Hey friends, I just realized I had this spot. For some reason, when I had the camera on, something was covering it and I totally forgot. Well, I can button it back up, but this is a LifeWave patch. This is a glutathione patch that I'm trying out to help boost immune system and cellular function. But anyway, that's besides the point. Why I... It's going to be distracting to me, so I'm going to have to button it up. But why I was coming on here to make a video was because I just got back from seeing some friends. Some dear friends of mine, they organized a girls read, like, book and run club. They're reading Watership Down, and I haven't been able to make it, but my girls have, and they love it. They're a bunch of, my girls are teenagers, so they have a really tight-knit friend group, and even during the summer, just get together a lot and have fun and do fun activities, and my friend Sarah organized, and Christina organized this group, and it's super sweet. So anyway, just got back from hanging out with them, and I was just thinking about, the challenges of raising teenagers, and in raising specifically boys, whereas, as a mom with girls, I can help with the social aspects, but it's a lot different with boys. And so I thought I would just hop on here and kind of like open up the discussion of that. Some of the things that I've been chewing on, the nuggets of wisdom that I feel like the Lord has given me to encourage me throughout, specifically this season of having one son, who is 17, he'll be 18 in November, and comparative to his twin sister, and personalities always play into all of this. Come in. Hey, I'm just recording something. It's fine though. You can come in. I'm gonna just organically film whenever, so if it gets interrupted, it's fine.
I'm gonna do my conference call. Maybe I should do it down in the office.
If you wanted to do it in here, I can transfer out into the other room.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, it's like it can kind of feel isolating sometimes in raising teenage boys. I think raising teenagers can become a little bit more isolating because the play groups tend to drop off, unless you're in a really tight-knit community, which I am in one, but even still, like, I can't go to all the things with the girls, and nor do I want to all the time, because I need to take care of, my emotional health, which sometimes aligns with what everybody's doing, but sometimes it's, I don't know, getting out in my garden, and working on solo projects and whatnot. So anyway, yeah, so I just wanted to kind of discuss, like, the challenges of raising a teenage boy, and doing it with integrity, keeping faith, front and center, and making sure that relationship and everyone's heart is still intact is a challenge these days. And yeah, so this is not prescriptive by any stretch, because we all have our unique skill sets, and some people are single parents, and some people are working moms or working dads, or sometimes the dad's at home, or sometimes there's disabilities involved. So yeah, all of that plays into all of this. But as a general whole, what I feel like I've learned, and I'm learning through this time is like, it's a really like sweet and sacred time of like stepping back and letting my kids rise up to the occasion. And specifically with my son, that has looked like me stepping behind James, his father, and allowing his dad, my husband, to kind of be the go-between, or even the go-to for the harder things. And having a stronger male, doing that, so that it kind of protects the beauty of the relationship of mom and son. So there's like less power struggle, which, I don't know everybody, but for me, like having a teenage boy resurfaces triggers from when I was a teenager. It just like, he reminds me the way his shoulders are broad and look, or sometimes like it can just trigger me to like a disrespectful teenage boy that's not my son. Like, he's not even acting out that way, but I'm perceiving it that way sometimes, just because of experiences from when I was a teenager. So yeah, that has been just an interesting dynamic of me really like taking note of those things, and then I have a counselor, so I see Sandy and I talk to her about it, and then James is really great with being able to like listen and just hearing me out on things. And then I have leaders in my life, like pastoral, that I've been able to process some with, and then a lot of my friends, they have a lot of girls, so I've noticed that the few of us that have teenage boys, it's like every once in a while when we see each other, it's like we can talk about that shared experience, but it does feel a little bit more isolative. It already feels that way with like my girls, like my friends that have girls too. Like, when we see each other, we can kind of like help each other through some of the challenges. Not in the same way when we had school age kids, and when I had young little ones, I remember being able to work through some of that stuff. But all of that felt more like you could fall into the prescriptive type of like, here, this is what you do. Like, this is usually disrespect, or this is this. And I had a challenging kid that, I have really smart kids, but one who's very outside the box and brilliant, I think, and gifted in some things, and other things it was just like challenging because her brain was somewhere else. Her brain was like capturing like light and like nuances of shape and shades and shadows, and I'm like trying to get her to remember to say please or thank you, that sort of thing. And I don't mean it like say please, like in that way, but just like being consistent, with just picking up on the normal, everyday life sort of thing. Okay, here you go. Anyways, we were very gentle in our approach with our kids, but that's neither here nor there. That's not why I'm on here. So, teenage boys. And one thing, the other thing is, like, I'm really learning is that, like, to stay in my lane. Like, stay in my lane with my kids when they're working things out amongst each other, or when they're working things out with their dad, or if they come to me, because they usually come to me with issues, and I'm like, that's, I can understand how you're feeling, but have you talked to this person yet? Or have you talked to your dad? Or, like, you're coming at me angry at dad, and they wouldn't disrespect him, they wouldn't go to him and disrespect him. Oh my gosh, there's this cute cat. Let me see if I can switch it around. It's got a red bow. It's a black cat. It's so strange. Hi. Hi. Wow. Yeah. Well, you can come and eat mice. Sometimes mice like to come and eat the chicken feed. But I don't have any other food that I should give to you. We have a whole bunch of animals in our neighborhood, normal suburb house, but we've managed to somehow accumulate a garden and a bunch of chickens, 2 cats, a dog. Oh, there's a rat over there. Yeah, sometimes that chicken feed attracts other species of animals that we're trying to deal with currently. Here's our chickens. I want to check on the, I've got some butternut squash over here growing, and it's looking like it's starting to, that's still small. Oh, this one's growing. Let's see how many other ones are growing. There's one other one over there. Oh, we are growing some. Yeah. Good. Well, that makes me happy because I just was experimenting with growing squash over on this side yard area of our garden. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's cool. Oh, even more. Some of them are flowering into small ones. So, anyway, yeah, I've kind of gone all over the place with this video. And as you can probably tell from if you've watched this to this point or any of my other videos, that I really don't do editing. I like to keep it organic. But thank you for joining me, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on not so much how to raise my children, but your thoughts on raising teenage boys, what you've learned, and yeah. So anyway, I hope that you all have a good day, and I'll talk to you later.